This episode of Archispeak is brought to you by longtime sponsor Arcat, and you think that you've heard all the Arcat ads before, but this time I want to do it a little bit differently. I had the chance and the pleasure to talk to Bill over at Arcat just this last week when I was at Autodesk University where he had a booth going, and I love catching up with Bill because, number one, Bill is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and Arcat's a family business. They really do treat their customers like family too. And so I love it because when I'm walking up to the booth, Bill gets a big smile on his face and he's very welcoming. He knows what we do here at Archispeak, and we know what they do at Arcat, as you've heard on many, almost every past episode of Archispeak. What I wanted to talk about this time real quick was just that Arcat's always trying to do something helpful for architects. And so they've launched Charrette. They were doing VR Cat over there on the Steam store that you can pick up and actually build models in VR, which is just a really cool way to kind of sculpt ideas and get them into 3D. But this time it was different. Bill was not showing anything particularly new, although they are working on something really interesting coming out soon that we won't talk about yet, but keep your eyes on the arcat.com website for. But this time I just thought it was really neat, and what I took away from my conversation with Bill was like, what do you guys want as architects? And I find that really refreshing. It's not somebody out there trying to sell you something. I mean, we all know you can go to arcat.com and you can download content for free. You never have to register. They're not trying to get you on the hook for anything. There's no subscription service. There's nothing. But what was really genuine and authentic about Bill was that he said, what do you guys want? What's next? What do you need? He's trying to be actually helpful to our profession. So my call to you, my ask, is that you think of something that you would find useful in your day-to-day practice that has to do with specs, CAD, BIM, idea capture, apps. There's just so many ways that they're willing to try things and see if they work that you don't see from anybody else. And so really that's all I really wanted to say about Arcat and make this a little bit different this time than the normal ad read. I'm really excited about what they're going to be coming out with. Definitely keep your eye on arcat.com, but also challenge you to come up with, if there's something that your office needs that you guys don't have the resources to put behind, throw that idea out to Arcat. Go to the website. You can enter any suggestion you want over there. We've talked about that many times before. And just throw it out to them and see what happens. Let's throw the spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. That would be my call to action. So go visit arcat.com. That's ARCAT.com. And thanks once again to Arcat for sponsoring this episode of Archispeak.
And we're also sponsored by BQE Software, the makers of the award-winning BQE Core. And what is Core? Core puts project management, business intelligence, billing, time, and expense tracking and accounting together on one intuitive cloud platform. It'll boost your productivity and profits while eliminating repetitive work. I know I could use that for sure. And with all this extra time you'll have on your hands, you can actually take some time off for the upcoming holidays. Don't you guys want that? I think we could all use a little bit of that.
A little more time off, yep.
Absolutely, yeah. So to learn more and get a free trial, go to bqe.com/core and check out all the cool things that Core can actually do to make you more productive so you can track all of the things that you need to do in your architectural firm.
And hey, before you wrap this up, I just want to say, one of the buzzwords in this ad read is cloud, right?
Yeah.
And so what is the benefit of that? Number one, you can get to it from anywhere, right? So if you need to enter time or you need to track something and you're not in the office and you don't have to be logged into your account in the office in the server, this is what really gives you a longer leash, right? This is why they say you can run your business from anywhere, because you can enter all this stuff on your mobile device. And that really is a game changer. As soon as you can enter information from anywhere, you don't have to be, you can be on the job site. You could be out with a client. You could look something up that you need information on. When somebody asks you a question, you no longer have to say, I'll get back to you later with that. You can look it up right then. So I just want to kind of zero in on that fact. That's what makes this different than the hell a lot of us live in, which is Deltec. So you've got the ability to do this from anywhere. And that's really why this is such a great offering for any business out there, no matter what your size.
Yeah, and you can get that 15-day trial. Go check it out. I've done it. I've set up some projects and some other things and tried it out. And yeah, it's really great. So we encourage all of our listeners, go over and check them out, bqe.com/core. And thanks for them to sponsoring this episode of Archispeak.
Welcome to Archispeak, the podcast that talks about what it's like to work in the profession of architecture.
Welcome to episode 129, a very special, most anticipated episode of the year version of Archispeak. I'm Neil Pan.
I'm Evan Troxel.
And I'm Cormac Phelan.
This is the fifth, as Neil just mentioned, number 5, Gifts for Architects show. Going down right now. We're going to do 3 gifts each, and we are going to, we each picked a category this year. And so, Cormac, since this was your idea to categorize, and I know you have a good category. Well, actually, before you get into your category, so prep yourself. Big announcement here. The once a year, now available Archispeak t-shirts and mugs are live. And so you can give the best gift. This is actually the perfect gift for any architect out there.
It's the only gift.
Or any non-architect. So if you need to get yourself over to archispeakpodcast.com and click on the store link at the top, or click on the big banner that we have in the show notes. That will definitely help support the show and also get you looking good for the holidays or drinking an even better tasting cup of coffee with an Archispeak logo on it. So head on over there, click on the link at the top of the page on archispeakpodcast.com that says store, or click the big banner in the show notes. All right, so with that out of the way, Cormac, what is your category for this year's gift guide?
The category that I chose first, because I'm going to start low and work my way up, is organization. Because we know all architects, we love to be organized. Sometimes we're not necessarily that organized, and we'd like to be. And so how can you do that? Well, also with the affinity for the sketchbook, mine is the Moleskine Smart Planner.
Smart Planner
and Smart Pen. This is a regular pen that you can write in the Smart Planner, and it connects digitally to your iPad, iPhone. You can download any of your notes or your sketches or anything directly into the computer. We're always looking, I was like, oh, let's sketch something up and then scan it, or take a photograph of it and scan it or whatever, and try to like transition it to text or things like that. Well, that does it for you. To me, I like that because as much as I want to be digitally organized, if you look at my desk at work, it is covered with Post-it notes. It is covered with little pieces of paper. It is covered with a couple of sketchbooks. All of them have my notes of the day on them. It's just whatever piece of paper is within my site that I need to make a note of, that's what I'm going to grab to make a note of.
Nice.
And if I just have a sketchbook, and then, of course, I either later grab a hold of it and I type up whether it's a to-do list or this is what I need to assign to other people or follow up with a client or something, because I'm always just writing. So if I just keep one little notebook sitting right next to me, one little pen, I'm writing, it's digitally transcribing everything that I need. So I've cut the middleman out.
Nice.
Which I'm usually the middleman too.
This is a lot cheaper than an iPad Pro, so.
It is a lot cheaper than an iPad Pro.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's my gift, is the gift of organization.
All right. Round 1 complete for Cormac. All right, Neil,
You
want
could
to...
always use more organization, right?
Yeah, yes.
He's a project manager. He's got to organize the crap out of everything.
That's what we do, or we try to.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Neil, what's your category?
Okay, so as you effectively put it before we started, I crowdsourced my list.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be interesting to ask our listeners what would they want. So my category is listener suggestions.
All right, cool.
And that's the same for all 3 rounds?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they all fit in.
Oh, awesome.
All 3 rounds.
My category is spans across all 3 rounds as well, but they're obviously going to be different things. So.
All right, so the first one, and I'm not sure if this is a real name or not here, but the first listener who made a suggestion was, I'm not sure if I'll get this right, Gato Gordo Gris. A listener on Twitter gave us this suggestion, and their suggestion was for and I'm not sure I'll pronounce this correctly either, but what is it, the Lakia notebooks? Leica. Okay, thank you. Leica notebooks. So this kind of goes off of what you were just talking about, Cormac, just being able to write down what you need and have it with you all the time.
And they're just pretty.
They are.
They're very pretty. They're not cheap either, but
No. Just looking at this 5-pack.
Yes. It's a little pricey, but maybe you can go with just the single one. Yeah, they look like really great little notebooks, and one I was unfamiliar with. So That's my first listener suggestion.
Yeah, they're all kind of like different tone-on-tone shades on the covers if you buy the 5-pack.
Mm-hmm.
These particular ones, I don't know what size it is. It actually, they're like A4, A3, I don't know, but they're really cool looking. They have got like the golden ratio rectangle on the cover without the spiral, right? So,
right.
But it looks like it's based on the size of this notebook. I think that's the reason for that. So it looks nice. It's got nice rounded corners, and it's a good look.
Yeah, I'll say definitely a handsome looking sketchbook here.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right. Well, my first gift in my category is going to be stocking stuffers. So I wanted to pick some things that would fit into the shape of a stocking or just be smaller gifts. And for the very first one, for the Coffee Snob in You, this is a new coffee that I tried out, and this is something my wife found, and I've actually heard about it on some other podcasts I listened to because they've been doing some sponsorships out there. So we decided to give it a try. My wife was out in Santa Monica, and they actually have a little store out there. But it's by a company called Four Sigmatic, and they are a Finnish coffee company. But it's not any ordinary coffee. This is mushroom coffee. So I'm going to paste the link in right now so that you guys can see this. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Wait, what? And but it's a very healthy coffee.
Is it special mushrooms?
Nope, not special. Not in the way you're thinking.
Wait. How dare you, sir? Assume that I was...
I didn't mean anything by it. I was being very innocent there. So the Four Sigmatic coffee, you can pick it up on Amazon. They do have a couple of outlet stores here in the U.S., but like I said, they come from Finland, and they only sell it in these little instant mix pouches. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking instant coffee can't be good.
Oh, no.
This is really good coffee. So the one that we got here is called, it has cordyceps and chaga in it, and it is really good coffee. Really good for you. This is like brain awakening coffee. It's pretty amazing. So I would definitely recommend this based on personal taste tests. It's not just something I just saw online and am putting out there, but it's been taste tested and approved by me. So definitely a stocking stuffer. It's a little box. This is a 3-pack that I'm putting into the show notes. And so it's not the cheapest coffee, but it is also will not break the bank. So if you're somebody who has, a discerning coffee palate, I would definitely recommend this. And if you know somebody who is kind of a coffee snob or is interested in trying different types of coffee, it's definitely worth their time.
So just inbox me if you need to know my address.
Yeah, you would really like it. Like it's really good. I definitely recommend it. All right, so if that piqued your interest, definitely go check it out.
No.
Yes.
Not you, Neil.
Ugh.
No.
Neil.
Sorry, it's not mushroom water.
Not for me.
Mushroom made running shoes.
Now we're talking.
All right, Cormac, you're up.
Oh, I'm up already?
Round 2.
Well, round 2, it could still fall under the organizational tools because it is something that, though we have talked about not doing this in the studio and being engaged in the studio,
Uh-oh.
Every once in a great while, you need to disconnect from the studio. And I worked from home the other day, and I got so much work done. Could actually get work done.
Right.
And it felt great. I mean, it felt fantastic. So if you're in...
You mean you can get work done if your butt is not in the cube?
Yeah. Yes, I can.
What?
Corporate mind
I can.
blown
I
right
can
there.
Totally. And so, as we know, over the past few years, I have also kind of given an annual shout out to the good old Detroit company Shinola and their products. Well, I'm doing it again this year with their Canfield over-the-ear headphones. So beautiful.
Checking it out.
So beautiful.
Clicking the link right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, those are nice.
They're gorgeous. They're
Expensive.
But...
Oh, you can do monthly payments, it says.
You can.
Oh, my gosh, you can.
You can find it.
Wow.
I'm putting these on layaway.
No, that's different from layaway, man. No,
I know.
No, that's different.
Trust me.
Oh, look at this. I can't use it with my iPhone.
No. Nope.
Comes with a stupid little headphone jack.
You got to use the dongle.
How 20th century.
Yep. No, these are fantastic looking. Got some fine Corinthian leather on there. And those ear pads. And that headband.
This is American made.
Nice.
Yeah, looks very nice.
They're gorgeous, and they're just, I mean, I need a new set of headphones for the office and recording. Our office.
I don't know, man. You definitely have expensive taste here.
I can't expense this?
You can't.
Come on.
No.
What, I got a limit on my on the headphones that I get to use? I get to use those
This is a podcast for the people, Cormac. I think you would be starting up some other kind of podcast with these headphones.
Fine.
For the discerning audiophile architect.
Actually, if you guys take a look at the website, because they're audiophiles as well. So I've pitched their bikes, their watches,
yep.
their everything else. Well, they also have the Runwell turntable.
Oh,
nice.
Just starting at $2,500.
Yeah.
A lot of money to play your vinyl.
It is amazing.
This will go in your brand new modern house that you design also.
Yeah, it is totally. I mean, look, they even made speakers for it. I mean, this is just gorgeous.
Well, thankfully, you can get it on monthly payments as well.
Pretty fancy.
That's like a mortgage. Oof.
Fancy stuff.
You have expensive taste, sir.
So if that's my mid-brand gift.
That's your mid?
Wait for the next one. Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to hear what your expensive gift is.
It's coming. So batter up.
All right, Neil, you're up. Round 2.
All right. So here we go. The next one here is from a listener, a friend of mine, actually, Kelly Gumont. And this is kind of a 3-parter sort of gift. And what she wanted was a nice iPhone dock. You knew you weren't going to get through this episode without some sort of Apple gift, right?
Gotta have the Apple.
And hey, I crowdsourced this, so these are not. This is not me saying this, but she wanted a nice iPhone dock.
Should be you, but
well, actually, I have both of these. So the one I have here is the Apple iPhone dock, which I had on my nightstand for the past year or more, and now it's been replaced since I have an iPhone 10 with the Mophie wireless charging base. So now at night I can just set my phone down and it charges wirelessly. So that's
I heard the Mophie one is the best one out right now.
That's what I heard. That's why I bought that particular one.
When I saw that come up in the Mophies, definitely, I know a bunch of people who just recently purchased it, and I started to try to see if anybody's done one that maybe a Mophie that like fits into a nice little like wooden pedestal or something like that. And I haven't seen anybody come out with the really handcrafted artisanal wireless charging station yet.
Not yet. Well,
won't be long.
Relatively new.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come.
Yeah, it'll come. And then so the other thing she wanted was a nice smart cover or some sort of cover for an iPad. So I threw in the leather smart cover from Apple, because I have used those on my iPad before, and I just find that they're well made and well crafted, and they last.
Neil, you can't tell me that this nice smart cover that you posted on here wouldn't go perfectly with the headphones I just posted on.
They absolutely would. Yeah, it'd be a match made in heaven there.
Exactly.
You know, I've got a leather smart cover on an older iPad that my wife uses, and so it's been around for, I don't know, 4 years. It's on an old iPad Air, and it just looks better the older it gets.
Yeah.
I was going to say, has it aged? Because those are usually the ones that look good.
They do. They look really good. So I second that. All right, my turn.
Back around to you.
All right. Well,
All right, round 2. All right, so mine falls into, again, this is a stocking stuffer. This falls under the Internet of Things category. So if you're not using anything Internet of Things, or maybe you are and you just want to add to your fleet of devices, this is something cool. I've been using this for a few years now, and so I was one of the earlier adopters of this thing. Again, something I found listening to podcasts, but it's called an automatic car adapter. And
wait.
have you ever seen those? So
I have one.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to paste the link.
Let me, do that, because I've been looking for one.
So link.
Thanks for sharing a few years before.
Well, I had to test it. You know, I like to recommend things that I've actually used.
Ooh.
Now, which one do you have?
Unlike you, Mr. Bomb Shelter.
Hey, come on now. We're all going to need one soon.
So this one is the Automatic Pro, and it has a built-in. It does a few things. So number one, what this thing is most useful for is it just tracks your trips. So if you're constantly out driving for business, this is a great device to have on your car. It connects to an app on your device, and you don't even have to open up the app or anything. It's just constantly tracking your trips. So when you need to put your expenses in for the month, you just open up your app and you can see all the different trips you've taken. You can tag different ones for work. You can name different locations within it so it knows you're going from home to work and from work to this client or that client. So it makes it really easy to pull up that kind of thing for expense tracking. But the way that it's an Internet of Things device is that it will actually connect up with services like IFTTT, and which is if this then that, and you can actually have it where if you get within a certain distance of your home and it like notices that you're at a certain location, it can, for instance, turn your house lights on or do things like that. So all that is also set up through the IFTTT app, and so that's really cool. And then it'll also kind of score your driving and let you know how you can get better gas mileage, slow down. And it will also has a built-in 3G chip in it, which, and I've never tested this part, but it's supposed to automatically alert people that you identify in case of an emergency. So, for instance, if you crash and your airbags go off or whatever, it will automatically send out a signal, and it will notify people that you've been in a crash, and so they can make sure you're okay. So this crash detection. It will also deploy emergency services. So kind of automatic, built-in, I don't know, what's that thing that GM what was it called? Like Navistar or something like that. But
or
yeah,
OnStar.
There you go. So it's one of those things that will just automatically alert people if that happens. Now, again, I've never tested that part of it, so I don't know. But it comes with 5 years of 3G, so you don't have to like have a monthly service that you have a contract with or anything. It just comes with it. So it'll talk to Echoes, it'll talk to Nest, it'll talk to IFTTT. So it's just kind of a cool thing, and it just plugs into your vehicle's ODB port. So if you've got a car that's newer than like a 1996 or 1994 or something like that, it'll work with just about
I think it was 95 or something, yeah.
Any vehicle. So really cool little gift, stocking stuffer, and just kind of a neat thing for people who like gadgets for sure. And it also does make your life easier by automatically tracking your trips and mileage and stuff like that. So there you go.
One of the things I liked about the one I had a previous model, the non-3G model. I had one of their first generation models, and one of the things I did like about it was you can set it up where it will actually beep at you if you exceed a certain miles per hour, so you're not speeding too much, right? Because the idea behind the original one, because it didn't have GPS or 3G connection, is that it was supposed to help your mileage and increase your mileage. And one of the ways is to not drive too fast.
Yes, by training you.
It's training you and to not brake too hard.
Right.
And so it would also beep if you braked too hard.
Yeah, accelerate too hard, brake too hard.
Or accelerate, yeah. So actually it did. It trained me very well. Now the only problem I had was that where this device would plug into my car, I would hit it constantly with my foot as I got in and out of the car. And eventually, after banging it and having it fly off one too many times, it just stopped working.
So maybe check the port on your car is some good advice to just see if it's going to be in the way. On mine, it's totally tucked up out of the way.
Oh, that's nice. Mine's tucked up underneath a little bit, but it just happens to be right as I put my foot in. If I wasn't careful, I could hit it and it would kind of go flying off. But it took a beating, I will say that, but it eventually stopped working because it would break apart and I'd have to put it back together. And I never bought the new 3G model. But I've been interested. I just saw this just actually yesterday or something. I was like, maybe I should get this again because it is a pretty cool little tool.
Yeah, it also like notifies you where you parked your car. So it's got some smarts built into it. So you can open up the app and, you go to Disneyland for the day and you can't remember that you're back in Pumbaa E or whatever, and you got to go find your car. So it'll tell you where that is. All right. So that's it for round 2. Ready to go with round 3 here?
No, I'm still like just mesmerized at the fact that why does anybody need that?
Nobody needs it. That's why it's a gift.
This is Christmas, man.
It's a gift.
It's like it tells you where you parked your car. That's what my eyes are for.
Oh.
Well, you don't live in Southern California with the seas of parking. Oh man.
Oh yeah, DC is like void of all of that.
No, you just park in your little parking lot and you take the train into DC. You never have to worry.
Well, yeah. See, so now I don't need.
You don't need it. Okay.
I was honestly, I was thinking, and I'm not trying to
Yes, you are.
bag on it.
Yes, you
It's totally got to be like a California thing because, like, it's like it's telling me how to drive, or it's telling me to slow down or not to speed up or not to brake. I'm like, that's the whole point of East Coast driving.
The nice thing is you can actually turn off all those alerts, so you don't even have to care about that stuff.
Slow down, like no, because there's old crappy Jetta trying to pass me. No, it means speed up.
All right, round 3. Round 3, Cormac.
All
Back
right.
on track. Back. Stop the rant.
Well, okay. So when you have gifts like that and somebody hands you the gift that Evan just did and you want to capture the look on their face when they get a gift like that, you might want to have a gift, and I am trying to copy and paste this link into our show notes so that everybody else can see it. I would really love this gift, but I know that there's no way that I'm going to get it. I would really like the Sony A9 full frame mirrorless
Shaking
camera.
My head.
I just love cameras of any shape or form. I know, Evan, we share this passion for cameras and photography and all that other stuff. And this is just kind of like this year's soup du jour. I went on YouTube, fell down the rabbit hole, looked at some of the photos that have been taken, some of the video and everything else, and it's just absolutely stunning. And I love the classic look of those kind of cameras, like the Canon AE1 type look of cameras. And this is just one of those cameras that can do everything. And now that I've started taking pictures of my son playing football, and kind of like I'm the sideline photographer for the football team now, and they even told me at the end of the season, everyone's just like, I'm looking forward to you coming back and taking pictures next season. So it's great. I've got a job. If this architecture thing doesn't work out, at least I've got a job.
This is your side hustle, man. Everybody's got a side hustle, right?
My side hustle.
Sports photographer.
I don't make no money off it. The one thing that I definitely realized is that my digital SLR is a Nikon D100. It is very old. and it needs to be replaced. And so I fell down the rabbit hole of looking at all of the different cameras that are out there, and this just happened to be the one that really popped up as like, oh, I really love this.
Yeah, so tell us about this affordable option.
Well, the bundle's $4,600.
The camera is most of that.
I was going to say the bundle on Amazon is actually cheaper
Yeah.
than if you went and purchased it online, because online, the sensor full frame mirrorless digital camera, the A9 CMOS, or possibly Cosmos, I don't know, but it's
for the image
CMOS
sensor. Yeah.
Okay.
So, geez, $4,600.
Yeah, well, this is $4,600, and it is every.
But it's a bundle.
It's like all of the things. It's
all you need.
It's all of the stuff that you need.
Case, a mount, a tripod, a couple of
Right.
memory cards.
It probably has 2 memory card banks in it, so you plug both of them in, which is nice.
I could have gone with the other one that if you look and it says customers who have also viewed this have viewed, and they've got the one with the extended grip.
Okay, hey, wait a minute.
And it's got
there's no
long zoom.
lens. $4,600 and you don't even have a lens yet. You can't take a picture yet.
Bingo.
Oh,
Yeah, so the Alpha series of Sony's, like where they really, really stand out, is in their low light performance.
Yes.
I mean, these are the cameras that can take, if you're into astrophotography or anything where you're in low light situations, you do not ever need extra light. This thing is just got an amazingly low noise image sensor. So super cool. But man, you pay for that super cool, that's for sure.
what? Now, wait a minute. So where do you get a lens for this thing? I see a 100 to 400 for just only another 2,500. There's a 70 to 200. There you go. That's probably
quality
a
knows
lens.
no price.
Yeah, can you really put
I
a price
I get it.
on the
Wow.
the pictures that you would capture with this device? I mean, that's priceless.
I mean,
right there.
think about all of the cat pictures you could take with this.
I don't have a cat.
And post to the internet.
And post to the internet and do little emojis with,
Make memes
or memes.
This is the perfect
in
device for meme making.
Oh,
Exactly.
$5,000 camera for meme making. I love it.
Yeah, that's a business expense.
That's why you're listening to Archispeak.
I'll bring it back to reality when we do our final round.
All right.
Well, we'll appreciate that.
This was my pie in the sky.
It's swinging for the fences right here. Yeah, good.
Oh,
There you go.
Whoa.
That's that one.
There's my sports analogy for the day.
All right. My next one is from listener Palami Raja. I apologize for screwing that up, I'm sure. She wants, as a student, she was recommending the Wacom Intuos.
Yep.
How do you say that, Evan?
You did it.
Intuos.
Hey, I did it. All right. So this is a
I have one of these.
pen and touch digital graphics tablet, drawing and painting tablet. And before the iPad, right? I mean, this is what you had to draw on a computer,
No,
right? And
it's still got.
well, I was going to say it's different in that this connects right up to your computer, and you're drawing right in either Photoshop or whatever art program you're using.
Right.
So it's very different from the iPad or any other sort of tablet. But I mean, Wacom's been around forever, and this is what they do, and they're very good at it. And I know professional artists that this is what they use.
Yeah, this is it. Right.
Yeah.
Well, not this. They use one of the bigger ones that one of our other listeners wants. But I have this, and I like it. The only complaint that I've always had with it is probably because of the way that I draw myself, is that I have a hard time visually disconnecting from the tip of the pen.
It takes some training, right, to use these,
does.
and I think a lot of people use them,
Yes.
especially people who have like RSI, repetitive stress injury to their wrists, or where if you can't use a mouse, this is one of those devices that lets you interact with your computer again without the pain. But it does take some training to kind of bridge the gap between where your pen is and the screen.
It does.
But once you do, you're good.
Once you do, it's great. It's got a command to what you're drawing that's far better than, say, if you're trying to draw with a mouse. And really, this is the leap forward of trying to do that, which I've done that too.
Yeah, I always likened drawing with a mouse to drawing with a brick. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. And
you don't have that. I mean, you can obviously have very precise control with a mouse, but you don't have the finger control that you do with a pen, right? So that's what this gives you. So it's great in Photoshop or Sketchbook or any one of those apps where you actually need to draw strokes that make sense, and they're not just kind of squiggly, crappy lines that because you're scraping a mouse across a surface. So
right. Whereas sorry, go ahead.
No, what I was going to mention is that when these things first came out, these Wacom tablets, and they make larger ones as well, but they were really expensive. And now, I mean, this one's only $100 basically, and you get an 8x10 surface to draw on or to interact with your computer with. So, I mean, they're not like, I mean, my perception, because I remember when the Wacom tablets first came out and everything many years ago, these things were just very expensive, something I couldn't afford. And now this is very affordable and a great option for people to use.
Well, they do have the big, large tablet surfaces that are very similar to the Surface Studio, or one person who was looking for like a
don't spoil it.
But they have those large 24x36 screens
Cintiq,
that you can the Cintiq, that you can actually see where you're drawing. And those are amazing, and those are usually where you'll find most like professional artists use those.
Yeah, those are desktop bound though. You're not taking those with you like you could with this. So,
well, I mean, this you still actually have to have a computer to hook up to.
Yeah, but if you've got a laptop or something, you can throw this in the bag with it. That's all I mean.
Sure.
And the other nice thing about this is it gives you like a multi-touch interface, so you actually can pinch to zoom. In Photoshop, you can rotate the canvas just with your fingers on this device, and you could be drawing with your pen at the same time. So it's a pretty smart little system. And I would say that the 8x10 is probably the minimum size that you want. I actually have a smaller, older bamboo here, like a 4x6, and that my kids use when they're painting on the computer, and it's very small. I would say the 8x10 is a much better size, the one that Neil has here in the gift guide.
I have an 8x14, and I like it, but I haven't used it in such a very long time, so inbox me and it's yours.
Oh, there you go.
I'll free cycle it.
Hey,
nice. A little bonus for the first listener who does that. Cool. Neil, what's your final round pick?
That was mine.
Oh, that was yours. Never mind.
It's your turn now.
Yeah.
All right, so my last one is kind of a technology gift here, but it is something that Cormac was asking about the other day. And so now I'm
stole my gift. I had to go look for another
I'm going to go put this out here to the masses. And the
put all three of the things.
I'm going to do, I have two of them here. So let me paste these. The first one,
I would say make a bundle.
Yeah, I'm building a bundle here. So I shoot a lot of photography with my iPhone. And iPhone cameras have come so far in the last 10 years, leading to the latest, greatest, awesome stuff. So I use a 7 Plus, so it's got the dual camera system. And I love this thing just as a daily camera. And I like to shoot time lapses. I like to shoot video. I like to do all kinds of slow motion stuff. And so I'm constantly like needing to set my camera down to do something while it's filming, right? So that I can go off and do other things or capture like a stabilized view or something. So the very first one is the Joby Gorilla Prod flexible camera tripod. And what makes this so good, I actually have a couple of these because for different cameras you need different sizes. And this is a really good size here for an iPhone because, well, two reasons. Number one, I've noticed with the smaller versions that up where the adjustable legs attached to the mount, sometimes they will develop a crack there, and then one of the legs all of a sudden doesn't have the tension that the other ones do. So I feel like once you get past a certain size with these things, that doesn't happen anymore. And so this is really the ideal size, I think, for the iPhone or any camera, really, that's not a DSLR. This one supports up to 2.2 pounds. And the nice thing is they just last longer. These things do get a lot of abuse because you're wrapping them around handrails or tree branches. I mean, that's really the biggest advantage to the Joby GorillaPod line, is that you can just stick them on anything. So you're not limited to flat surfaces. You know, if you're off on a hike and you want to put this thing on a boulder, like I did last weekend to get like a family photo, you can adjust it and get it exactly how you want. And the second part that makes these ideal is the ball head mount on the top. So you really do have 360 degrees of adjustability for your camera to get it level. So you can spin it around and you can rotate. It's kind of like a joystick head on the top of this thing. So really cool. But with this alone, you cannot simply mount your iPhone to it. So my second part to this here, I'm going to paste the link into the show notes right now, is the new Glyph. And the Glyph is by a company called Studio Neat, and this is a new one that they've come out with this year. Originally was a Kickstarter. But the cool thing about this one, so this mounts to the top of the Joby, and this is the part where your phone snaps into it. But the coolest thing about this one is that it has a quick release. So it doesn't really matter what size your phone is. You adjust it once. You pop the quick release open. Your phone comes out. You put your phone back in. You pop the quick release. You're not constantly screwing something onto your phone and attaching it. Or, you know, there's a lot of spring-loaded ones out there where the springs wear out or they don't hold your phone firmly enough. This really is like the best phone holder, and it's not simply for iPhones. This will fit any smartphone, and once you adjust it, you're done. So this is a great camera holder. Super simple, and it's got what's kind of cool about this one is it has several 1/4-inch lugs in it, so you can actually attach accessories to this mount beside your phone.
Yeah.
So if you've got a little, you know, if you look on the link that I put into the show notes and you scroll down the images, you can see they've got a microphone attached to the top of it, like a boom mic on a shock mount, so you can actually record video with this thing and get decent audio. They've also got a little flash attached to one of the sides. So there's actually 3 different lugs in this thing, and you can attach more accessories. And that's another reason that this one is just kind of the top of the heap for camera mounts for phones, and that's why I recommend it. So those are a good bundle to get, and once you've got that, you're kind of set. You can record to your heart's content and just be ready on a moment's notice to throw your phone into there and go do your thing while your phone's shooting.
Kind of cool because if you think about it, with these phones now being able to shoot 4K video and stuff like that, I mean, you really can get professional quality video.
Oh, totally. It's amazing. Well, I was at Autodesk University this week, and I shot a bunch of video. If you check my Instagram feed, you can kind of see. And I locked my camera off with a Joby and set it on a handrail and shot some motion time lapses. And it's just a great way to kind of share what you're doing with the world. So this just makes it a little bit more professional, and it just gives you an extra pair of hands. So it's really cool.
Now, if you could, at least in the show notes, add what you use for like your stabilization and your panning, the other stuff that you use.
Sure.
Because I think that'd be kind of cool. Because again, I was going to put all of this stuff in my envy category because you have it and I would really love it. But since I don't have an envy category anymore because you stole it, now I get to envy the fact that you put it up there and I didn't. But I think that some of the equipment that you use with your iPhone, I think people would be really interested to see, because I know that you've, again, like you said, you post online a lot of, like at MDC when you did the 1 hour compressed into 30 seconds of people filling into the thing, and it was panned across and everything else. And it'd be good to see what some of that equipment is, and also for me to share those links with my wife so that she can purchase them for me.
You got it. It is in there.
As a hint to my wife, who may or may not listen to this show.
Yep. All right. That is the final gift in our 3 rounds. You guys want to do bonus?
Well, with the bonus round, I was thinking, let's do, as we probably will be invited to, or our office will have, a white elephant gift.
Awesome. Yep.
So let's just do a little white elephant
White
round.
elephant round.
Now this white elephant, that's the gift nobody wants, right?
That's the gift nobody wants. Or
Or
in some cases, when you think that, oh, nobody's going to want this, people like fight over it and they're like, oh, I love that. I want that.
okay.
You're like, really? Why would you? Because that's happened to me before where I've purchased, and it's not going to be my white elephant gift for this round, but like, so I purchased like a small little tabletop drum kit.
A great thing to keep on your desk at the office.
It was, I thought to myself, why would anybody want this? But I just thought it was so ridiculous. Hey, that's kind of cool.
Yep.
People loved
That's
it.
the way white
People
elephant.
wanted it.
Yeah, then you end up getting it stolen, right? If you're the first pick at the white elephant gift party, it gets stolen.
Because they're like, oh, my kids would love this, or oh, this or that. And then I also got the little tabletop that you can kind of like with your little suction cup, just slap it onto the tabletop punching bag.
What?
Again, when your favorite coworker comes over and they ask you to do something,
Yeah.
you just kind of look away and punch the punching bag.
Wow, I need that.
Send a hint. That would be awesome.
Especially if you like put their photo on the bag or something, or the your client's logo or something.
You know what I found is like the best place for a white elephant gift is like a CVS or any kind of Walgreens type drugstore.
Yeah, well, they've got like those bargain bins, man.
Yeah, they've got those they're $9.99 kind of things that are usually like $20 or less. And they're just the most ridiculous stuff. It's just like, look, it's a talking Christmas tree. Let's get that. And
how about a fish you hang on
why
your
would
wall
anybody
that turns and talks to you? Yeah, one of those.
Hey, they've got Buddy Bass or
Yeah.
Billy Bass or whatever. Yeah.
Billy Bass.
It's there.
I'm
It's
sure it
there.
is.
All right.
Let's not go there.
So what's your suggestion?
My suggestion is Automatic Pro, no monthly fee connect. Oh wait, no, that was
Ouch.
something that nobody will want. All right. In all honesty, when your day kind of starts off shitty and you know the only thing that you need is that coffee pick me up, what better way to start a shitty day but the Big Mouth toilet mug?
Nice. Send a message.
Send the message. Hey, how's your day going?
Slurp.
Just pick up your toilet bowl mug, take a big gulp, look at him with the most serious look. You figure it out.
It speaks for itself.
It can also double as a candy bowl.
Yum.
I'm thinking green tea.
I was, or this is where you put your chocolate candies.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they show. Yeah.
All right.
Or if you want to feel green, you can get the Big Mouth recycling bin mug.
Oh yeah, nice.
That doesn't quite send the message that Cormac, I think, is going for with his white elephant here.
Oh, that's good.
Or your day's gone into the trash with that one.
Yeah, okay, that's another way to put that one. I like that. That's good.
All right. So what you guys got?
All right, so another listener, Brian Pauletts. How do you say his name?
Brian Pauletts.
Pauletts. Yeah, that's so I got that one right. So Brian wants
Ish.
what's that? Ish.
You got it right. Ish.
I got it right. Ish. Sorry about that, Brian. Keep listening. So he wants a 22 by 34 iPad that can run Revit, SketchUp, along with all the apps in the App Store.
Well, you're in luck.
Yeah. It's called the
there's
Surface
one out
Studio,
there.
right?
It is called, exactly, it's called the Surface Studio.
Yeah.
And it may not run the apps like on an iPad.
Do they sell that on Amazon?
They probably do. Who knows? Somebody needs to check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But of course, Neil's response to that was something along the lines of his distaste for a certain OS.
Yep. I think this falls under Neil's category of nobody wants that.
Exactly.
Yeah, nobody wants that. Oh, hey, by the way, they do actually sell it, and it's cheaper than your camera. So I don't win the most expensive gift.
But you can't take it with you.
Oh, wait a minute. If we bump up to the i7, I get close to your camera price.
There you go. Yeah, we've got one of those in our studio right now that we're testing out, and it's pretty fun to use. Definitely a neat device.
Wow, $4,100.
I found one that's 44.
How is it with the low light images?
It works great with the lights off, actually.
But you don't.
Sure.
But you don't have to add another lens.
No, there's no lens you have to add to this one. Anyway, I thought I'd throw that one into the white elephant gift section of our show.
Everyone would fight over that if it existed. Yeah.
No, they wouldn't.
All right, my white elephant gift is from a website. It is nobilified.com, where you can commission a hand-painted oil masterpiece of yourself.
Oh, God, nobody wants
I
this.
think both of you guys missed the point of the $20 or less.
You didn't say that was a rule. This would be so awesome to get for somebody.
No, it wouldn't.
You just send in a photo
Oh, it is.
and get an oil painting of them, either sports memorabilia or royalty, or there's just so many cool things you could do with this.
Wait a minute. How much does this cost?
Well, you can do the American Gothic themed one for $200.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's not so bad.
There's a lot of great images in their featured collection. So if you want the Napoleon look or the Mona Lisa look, I mean, this one is gender neutral. You can do whatever you want here. This is a gift for anyone.
I think we need some of our listeners to exercise their Photoshop skills for us and put our faces on some of these. I think that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, and just to be clear, this is an oil painting. This is not going to be some color output from a laser printer.
Right.
This is good stuff. This is quality. I put that in podcasting air quotes.
I totally know which one I'm doing for you.
Oh, God, I don't want to
Please
know.
stay tuned. You might not, but you'll see it.
Oh, no.
Goes back to
No,
that.
no,
Ooh, you know,
no,
we need to
need to resurrect that photo again.
It is totally
The
coming back.
Hasselhoff one.
The Hasselhoff.
That was so
Thank you,
good.
Cherise.
Don't worry, Neil. When you least expect it, you will be Hasselhoff.
Oh, lucky me. Lucky me. We're not going to put that link in the show notes.
You're
Folks.
welcome.
Sorry.
No,
That's not going in there.
no, don't worry. But it will be all over the Twitter sphere.
Lucky me.
Good stuff.
I think you need a steed as well.
All right, so we will have more of our kind of favorite standby gifts that we recommend year after year in the show notes as well.
You know, the ones you actually want to buy.
Field tested by the Archispeak crew. We've got the Lamy Safari and some space pens and lots of good stuff. There's
Field note sketchbooks.
even some things in there to get you in the mood for the Star Wars movie coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely, if you want to see what those
No
are,
spoilers.
definitely subscribe to the show notes over at archispeakpodcast.com. And while you're there, make sure you click that store link and get the best gift of all, some Archispeak swag. All right, so definitely check that out.
Hey, before we go on this one, we had a couple other listeners come in with a couple of gifts, and they're not things I can actually link to per se, but I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. So Charisse Lakeside wanted a trip to Maldives.
Yeah.
That's her gift suggestion.
She's sending us there?
Yeah, I think that was the point.
All expense paid?
That was exactly what she was getting at. Yeah.
Awesome.
That was it.
Thanks, Charisse. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. We look forward to the tickets in the mail soon, I'm sure.
Thanks in advance.
That's right. I think for any architect who probably needs a little bit of time off, right? A trip. That's a good gift, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Who needs time off?
I need time off.
Your time off is when you sleep.
My hand is up.
You wake up
Wow, spoken like
you-
a true architect.
whiny. You should never not work. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, that's, yeah, it's almost like that right now, but it's...
Say it feels like it sometimes.
So our other listener, friend of the show, Michelle Grace Hottle. Oh, God, I'm going to say that name wrong, too.
That works.
Yeah, is that right? Okay.
I don't know.
hope I get
I'm
it
not
right.
her, but it sounds good.
Michelle, write us in. Let us know how badly I butchered your name. Her suggestion was for a museum membership
That's a great one.
or cufflinks.
I like that.
I like both of those, actually.
Depends where you live, right? So
I was going to say, I don't necessarily need
yeah,
one.
you get the
All
freebies.
mine are free.
Yeah, well, not all of us live where you are, and
No, Cormac, what was that one that I talked to you about that in Baltimore?
Ooh,
Do you remember? It's like, it's got a restaurant at the top that you kind of go through this. It's a really weird museum that I can't remember. Oh, it's going to bug me, but I'll find a link. I'll put it in the show notes too.
But it's not the American Visionary Arts Museum.
No, it was the one I was talking about for my oldest.
The Walters?
I can't remember. I'll find it.
Now I'm going to try to rack my
Yeah.
brains.
yeah, it's going to drive you nuts. But you don't have to live in the middle of D.C. or something.
No, I totally agree with this.
There's plenty of museums out there that are worth being members of.
We don't live in Detroit, but we visit Detroit many times a year, and we are annual members of the Detroit Institute of Art. So we pay a membership because I absolutely love going there at least a couple times a year. I totally support this idea. I always say 100%. Everybody, is like 110%. However many percentage you would like to support this is an idea that is definitely most worthwhile. Support the arts.
Yep. Very cool.
Especially now, we need to support the arts.
Yep.
Yep. I also like her idea of cufflinks too, because that's not something you probably go out and buy. Maybe buy them on your own, but it's just kind of a cool gift.
You know who has really cool cufflinks? I think it was Rusty Long who posted a photo of some
he did.
drafting triangles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Rusty has some. Isn't Jonathan Brown? Doesn't he wear cufflinks too? I can
think
remember
so,
him.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're so fancy.
See, there you go.
And a great place to get cufflinks is Etsy.
Museum shops.
I've bought.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, Mocha probably has some great stuff.
With your museum membership.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got some cool camera cufflinks from Etsy, and I got some robot cufflinks. There's a lot of neat stuff out there. So a lot of artists. Again, another way to support the arts is to shop on Etsy and commission some. Or
Agreed. I just bought my wife a couple of gifts for Christmas from Etsy.
yeah, good. It's great.
I'll tell you what they are because I know she's not
Yeah.
listening. No.
Well, she already knows what she's getting.
No, she won't listen.
You're safe.
Yeah.
The other thing we should also mention is that there are 4 other episodes that you can go listen to that have more gifts, because this being our 5th time of doing this. So you can definitely go check all those out. So we'll have links in the show notes to our previous episodes.
Yep.
As well.
Cool.
Yeah, and go check some of those out too, because there are a lot of, as we're talking, closing this show out with artists, whether it be museum or artist shops or Etsy or things like that. A lot of the links that we had in previous episodes were of artisans out there that make fantastic gifts for architects because they're handcrafted, they're beautiful stuff. I mean, I'm looking at my pen holder that I had that was one of our previous links from, what is it, Dudek Modern Goods?
Yep. Or chisel and mouse stuff. There's lots of good stuff.
Yeah, chisel and mouse. I mean, there are just some things out there. So we'll close it all out with definitely visit the old shows, take a listen to those, look at the links, and because there are some great gift ideas out there, and support the arts.
Definitely. Cormac, you were right. It is the Visionary Art Museum because you can eat it and cantata afterward. So that was that was definitely it.
Yeah, absolutely love that place too.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty good collection, I think.
Yep.
All right. So, hey, before we go, we'd like to thank our episode sponsors. First, we have Arcat. Check out all the features they offer at arcat.com. We're also sponsored by Core, powered by BQE. Core revolutionizes the way architects manage projects, time and expenses, billing and accounting. Core saves you time while giving you the visibility, flexibility, and power you need to grow your firm. Learn more and get a free trial at bqe.com/core. And do you want more Archispeak? Visit archispeakpodcast.com, where you'll find links to our catalog of episodes. And while there, make sure to sign up to receive our show announcements. And by doing so, you'll get links to all of these cool things that we've talked about in this particular episode. And you'll also be notified when the episode goes live. And it will include links to everything, as I just said, mentioned on the show. And stay in contact between shows. Check out our Facebook page and hit us up on Twitter. You can find links to those accounts at archispeakpodcast.com. And don't forget, right now, you can go to archispeakpodcast.com/store and pick up your mug or your t-shirt. And remember to tell a friend, stay subscribed to everyone, and thanks for listening.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, and support the arts.
I joined the choir to sing. They're all competing for some other thing. I joined the choir to sing. I joined the choir to sing. They're all competing for some other thing. I joined the choir to sing. Spend time with folks at home.